Steve with Part-Time Barbecue. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, everybody here in the United States. What a beautiful day. Going to be about 86 degrees, blue skies. Birds are chirping, smoke is rolling. Pretty awesome. Look at that. Not a cloud in the sky. What a beautiful day. Going to be smoking up 2 pork butts today, backyard style. No injection. Rubbing with Cosmos SPG and Poncho and Lefty's barbecue dust. Going to be using just about 5 chunks of pecan wood in the smoke. 2 seasoned pork butts going into the gateway drum smoker. The butts have been rubbed with Cosmos SPG and Poncho and Lefty High Plains barbecue dust. So this is the turn and burn. Butts have been on about hour and a half. I've already turned them 90 degrees once. We're going to turn them 90 again. Pork butts are starting to set up and crust. We're going to flip them, turn and burn. Hot and fast pork butts. We're going to let them go for 30 minutes and rotate them again. That's it. We're going to let them go a little bit more, set the color, and I think I'm going to wrap them. Pork butts have been on about 3.5 hours, and they're at the point where I like the color, so I am going to wrap them. And we're going to show you how we do that. Now these are still real firm and they have a long way to go, but the color's nice and I want to preserve that color. So here's how we're wrapping today. We do use 2 layers of heavy-duty aluminum foil. You don't want to take a chance of tearing the aluminum foil and losing all your wrapping fluid, so 2 layers. We are going to use some brown sugar. Put on a couple pieces of butter. Blues Hog, Tennessee Red. Maple syrup, this one's from Costco. Maple syrup and pork go great together. Looks like a lot, it kind of is, but it's going to taste great. We're going to use a little bit of apple juice, not much. Nice and tight, happy. Back into the smoker it goes. And we're going to take care of the other one and proceed with the cook. What we're going to do is take the au jus out of the foil wrap, which I've done here. I put in a fat separator, giving it time to separate the fat from the au jus and all the liquids that we put in the wrap and the natural meat juices. So it's had a chance to separate, and I'm going to drain off the au jus portion back into the Blues Hog. Just a good way to use the empty Blues Hog jar. Make sure I get all the great sauce out of it. And once I pull the pork, we're going to be putting this strained au jus back into the pork to rehydrate it. So here's what it looks like. Pretty simple. All right, next phase, we're going to be pulling the pork putting the au jus in and giving it another final dust. So this is one of the butts. The other one's on the other counter. These were bone-in pork butts, and that's pretty nice. Bone came out nice and clean. So we're gonna pull this. This is not a competition exercise. This is a feed friends and family exercise. So I'm not worried about separating out the money muscle, perhaps pulling the tubes, getting the bacon from the bottom, or pulling meat from the horn. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, all you got to do really is start pulling the pork. Just shred it up. I guess I could have, well, so here's some of the, what's called the tubes coming out. Long strands of moist, tasty pulled pork. That's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna end up pulling this thing. For purposes, I'm gonna take my au jus that you saw me separate earlier. I'm going to put a little on the pork, continue pulling it all, and then taste it and adjust it with another dusting of rub just to give it some freshness and kick right at the very end. That's part-time barbecue backyard pulled pork. Total cook time on this was about 6 hours at 300 degrees, hot and fast. Did the turn and burn method. And we did wrap it, and so it's a great product. Happy 4th of July.